All right, Alyssa, guys, thank you very much, and welcome to the 2026 NCAA Men's College World Series. It is presented by Capital One. Come on inside, everybody, because now you can start to taste it. A win tonight puts you in the catbird seat. West Virginia and their fans, they are here for the first time, and they want to stay. They're trying to take a giant leap towards their first ever title. Same story goes for a North Carolina program, but they are here. They're here in Omaha for the 13th time. Is 13 the lucky number? There's the big statistic right there. Trying to go 2-0 is a big deal. You start to come out of that loser's bracket like Troy, and the road gets really hard. They're on their way, though. They got to win 4 consecutive games. They did so in game 1. They took care of Ole Miss in a wild one, 12-8, that featured a balk. It featured another Jimmy Janicki home run. And the boys of Troy are rolling right now. We focus on our games. We welcome you inside. Chris Button's down on the field on a gorgeous night. Scott Klein is our rules analyst. And in case we have another play like the balk, he will join us. This is Berkey and KP, and I am Carl Ravitch. Well, this is the one, right? I mean, this is the turning point in the tournament.
Yeah, really. You win this game, you set yourself up. Yeah. You get a couple days off. All the pitching gets a rest. You get to watch everybody else beat themselves up. You lose tonight. You get 1 day off. Then you got to win 3 in a row to try to get to the final. So a lot on the line for these two teams tonight.
All right, KP, country roads, man, that's the theme of this whole thing, and you got to travel a lot of them, 1,000 miles to get here. They only needed 90 feet to set the tone the other day.
They didn't waste any time. I mean, you show up, and they were ready to go for West Virginia. Their best base stealer, Armani Guzman, in the first inning. Let's go ahead and steal home. Kickstart things led to a 7-5 opening round win over Troy for Guzman. Those 39 stolen bases, most in a single season in school history, but the best player on the field tonight's Gavin Kelly. How about over 20 starts this year at 2 different positions, one second base, the other behind the plate. One of the most versatile players in the country, leads this West Virginia team in home runs, is a guy that's going to go in the top half of the draft next year, and an exciting guy to watch tonight.
Without question. Last night, Joey Volchko was outstanding. You see individuals shine, and then every now and then you feel like a team is just built for it. Carolina's got that feeling, don't they?
Yeah, they kind of have that it factor, don't they? And it's because they got a couple dudes that have a knack for coming up with the clutch hit. Owen Hull, one of the best RBI guys in the country, had the big swing of the bat to tie the ball game up. He was in the ozone yet again. And Gavin Gallagher, the veteran, was here in 2024 with this club, didn't get a hit. He got his first College World Series hit the other night. It put him out in front. They would go on to roll. North Carolina just has that it factor.
Right now, they certainly do. 13 without a title. And don't forget, this is a rematch of a big super last year. Carolina, a couple years ago, knocked West Virginia out in 2024. Bubble's not bursting on either team, but boy, could you take a big step forward tonight. Our first pitch is coming up when we come back.
Welcome back to the Men's College World Series. Gonna be a great one tonight. Fans still trying to get inside the Chuck. Meanwhile, America has fallen in love with this West Virginia team, and not just because of their baseball, but because of a song. The scenes in Morgantown, even here in Omaha, with the players linked arm in arm and singing with their fans, Country Roads. And for a lot of us, it's one of the reasons that we fell in love with college athletics, is the traditions like the ones that we see with this West Virginia baseball team. But to this group, it means much more than a song.
West Virginia, it's a cold state, it's a rural state, it's 1.8 million beautiful, passionate Mountaineers.
Into center field, cue Country Roads!
Once we walked it off Kentucky, the tears would just flow.
A Dominican kid from New York City singing Country Roads in the middle of West Virginia. It's just like a beautiful thing.
Armani Guzman stood in that dugout and for the first time sang Country Roads, not looking at the crowd, but looking at his team and smiling after his walk-off. And he told me, I just soaked it in because you never know if and when you'll ever get to sing that song again.
Well, that's a fair point, man, and they've been singing it since they were freshmen. I mean, it is ingrained in all the kids. As freshmen, you need to know every single word of the song, and the idea is you get to sing it here in Omaha. Armani Guzman will lead things off, but you got to go to the bottom of the order to see where a lot of the production is coming.
It has been incredible. Super clutch, 4 RBIs in the first game here at the College World Series, 10 in his last 3, and Ben Lumsden right in front of him is second on this team in the postseason in ribbies. Tons of production at the bottom.
Production and a tough offense to control, but that's Ryan Lynch's job today. Big right-hander from North Carolina is going to show you a fastball that he'll throw about 65% of the time. Mid-90s, has really good run. Breaking ball, and then a fair amount of changeups to left-hander as well, but he goes as well as the fastball goes.
Speedster Guzman steps in. We're underway. Shadows are a factor given the time of night, and the first pitch is a ball at 95 miles an hour. He will throw them average 95 miles an hour with a whole bunch of horizontal movement on him. Guzman batting .305, looks at another one that's tugged inside. And a lot of that as these fans will continue to file in here with the start time locally just after 6. Sun is a factor in the outfield, in particular in left field. That one lands 2-1. You heard Steve Sabins, the head man, talk about Guzman being from New York. He had the big steal of home, which electrified the crowd and really got this World Series off to an incredible start. Broke the single season stolen base record. If he gets on, he could go 39 of them. Ryan Lynch ready on a 2-2. That sails high and away.
And that fastball is running all over the place, KP, and you know he's all juiced up. Feels like a big pitch early. You don't want to mess with Guzman on the bases, certainly not via the free pass. All for it.
Great eye by Guzman. He came in with 42 walks, 26 strikeouts. That is an incredible number, and now he is on, and he is a threat. And this is one of those you want to be here, given that guy's now on the bases, but folks are still making their way inside Charles Schwab Field. Our earlier game took a while, and they cleaned this place out, gave you about an hour to get out and then get on back in. And once they settle in, it feels like it's going to be a big, loud crowd. Guzman with an aggressive lead for Gavin Kelly. Not going, and inside. Kelly's the star of this team with the .377 average. Against lefties, it's ridiculous. He hits .480, about .350 against righties. Gets it on the inside.
Well, that's 2 pitches on the inside third of the plate. And one thing you look at Gavin Kelly's heat maps, he can hammer the ball on the inside part of the plate. So it feels like Lynch has got to work to the backside of the strike zone here, or Kelly might jump him with an extra base hit.
Wind is blowing out towards right center. Leonard high fastball, called a strike.
All right, here's going to be the issue for call the first half hour or so. You see it, and then you don't about halfway to home plate. That baseball goes dark when it gets into the shadows. It'll take a while before those stop taking effect.
Guzman stays put. Next one is on the ground, a second. Gallagher has one play because of the speed of Guzman, and he goes to first to get Kelly.
Smart decision. As much as you want to keep that runner out of scoring position, you just can't make that throw right there and potentially not get anybody out. So the veteran Gallagher with a wise move there to take an easy out.
West Virginia 46-15. 2 years, Saban's 89 wins. He was hired as a 27-year-old without much of a clue as to what he was getting into. And man, has he turned this thing around. Paul Schoenfeld, center fielder, bats third. Good location at 95. Another guy with a really good eye. 39 walks, 35 strikeouts on the season. There is Sabans, your third base coach, looking out at Guzman. You really can see the impact a guy like Guzman has on a defense, and in particular the pitcher catcher.
Everybody's on edge.
Yeah.
When he gets on base, everybody's paying attention. Middle infielder's got to hold him tight. Pitcher has to change up his looks.
That is out. You can hear the voice of Brian Miller, our home plate umpire. West Virginia team really put together by Sabans through the portal. Junior college guys, D2 guys. Schoenfeld is one of them, a fifth year. 5'11" out of Wichita, Kansas. Out of play.
Yeah, we talk a lot about the D2 transfers to their pitching staff, but Schoenfeld, a D2 transfer that hitting right in the middle of the lineup, all Big 12 player who, boy, has had no trouble adjusting to major college baseball.
Played D2 at Colorado Mesa. As he said, those were the best years of his life. He may be rewriting that right now on a 2-2. Schoenfeld takes one and he swings and misses. This is his best breaking pitch of the night.
Yeah, that one was. Up to this point, he had thrown that breaking ball in the outside part of the plate, trying to catch that side. This one starts down the middle, and there's a little bit of tilt to it, too, going down underneath the feet of Schoenfeld right there. Been fastball heavy up to this point, but finishes him off with a slider right there.
Sean Smith, the designated hitter. Guzman is at second base. Hasn't attempted a steal yet. Takes a really big lead, and this ball is sky high behind home plate. Heineck, watch it. Oh boy, that nearly landed in fair territory. It did not. And by the way, Smith never left the batter's box.
Yeah, that
it almost hit him.
Yeah. Hey, KP, doesn't Lynch have to help there?
He's got enough time to.
I mean, it's such an easy.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I heard this right.
Yes. Get
so
in there and help a
You want
little
the
bit.
pitcher to go catch the baseball, correct?
Can I just tell you, Rav? I had a hit like that in the College World Series.
Did you really?
Straight up
exactly
behind
like that.
Home into fair
Nobody
area.
else came into play. The ball landed.
Ran, though.
I ran, but I waited about 5 seconds. I was like, this ball's about to be fair.
There were three fascinating reactions on that play. Heineck, who couldn't find it, Lynch, who turned around, and Smith, who never left the batter's box. The one Guzman is off, and a foul ball.
And that fastball is getting on him, and we saw the swing and miss by Schoenfeld on the breaking ball. KP, it feels like when the shadows are this tough, the breaking ball's the pitch. Anything changing planes, changing shapes is very tough for
Is that
hitters.
what it was for you?
Yes.
From a hitter's standpoint,
Yes.
the spin is tougher to pick up.
Tougher to pick up. Yeah, tougher to track the depth of a breaking ball.
Smith, 54 runs batted in. Guzman's lead not nearly as large. That one sails outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You took that one easy.
Sean Smith, you see Moss Point, Mississippi, 90 games at Mississippi Gulf Coast. He was dominant there. Lynch, 1-2, and this one on the ground a second. 2 hops. Gallagher is up, and he is there to throw across the diamond. Well, the walk did not hurt Lynch. Guzman gets stranded at second base. Schaffner, Gallagher, and the hero so far for the entire postseason, Owen Hull, when we come back.
A bracket bursting with big brands and back-cracking names.
Guess who just got back today? Them wild-eyed boys that had been
North Carolina, back again.
Did he do it? Yes, he did!
West Virginia, America's unexpected Diamond Darlings.
Clobbers the first one he sees.
I needed that one.
Save! He steals home!
Well, Troy still has both slippers on. There's more than one Cinderella. West Virginia, they don't necessarily look at themselves that way, but certainly relative to some of the blue bloods that are here, you can understand why some people do feel that way. Take a look at the Carolina Tar Heels batting order. We've talked about the top 3. Let's go to Cooper Nicholson. Why has he been so significant?
And he really changed the momentum last game with his quality at bats. 2 walks, scored a run. He leads this team in home runs. He hasn't been red hot from a batting average standpoint, but really stacking quality ABs here lately.
Carolina Tar Heels batting order is brought to you by Capital One. The guy on the mound is Max Yale.
First 2 years at West Virginia did not have a start. Everything was out of the bullpen. This year it's been the exact opposite for the Big 12 pitcher of the year. 3 pitches, 2 different fastballs. They have not swung it well against a breaking ball this year. It's a low 90s fastball with reverse splits, which is interesting because he doesn't throw that many changeups, but yet the left-hander has been better against righties and lefties this year.
Tough 3 to have to deal with in Jake Schaffner, Gavin Gallagher, and Owen Hull. For Yale, who in 17 games started, that's a whip of just over 1. He's been really good. So it's left on left to start, and Schaffner looks at one down and away. A .295 batting average against lefties. Righties, he's over .380. What you want is a guy that gets on base. 41 walks, 29 strikeouts. In there for a strike.
Yeah, Schaffner, a special player who comes over from North Dakota State. Not really sure what you're getting. You feel like you got a nice player, but man, he has been quite a find and a rock at the top of this batting order all year long.
It's 1-2. Multi-sport athlete. Most coaches love those guys. This kid was a skater since he was 2. They had a hockey rink in his backyard, but ultimately it was baseball, the bat, the glove, the ball that won out. Thought about going to Wisconsin, had a chance to play football there. Ooh, boy.
Goodness.
Did that hit him? Was it a foul ball?
I think it tipped the handle and then hit him.
You didn't hear a lot of noise.
Oh, no, that's
got him on the shoulder.
That's a swing and miss.
Yeah, that got him on the shoulder.
Yeah, they should take a look at that.
Wow.
Just an extra chance for Carolina, and now it goes 2-2. That ball hit him on the shoulder. There was no foul. This one is up the middle with some topspin, and boy, it gets through, and the early break goes to Carolina. As Schaffner, who should have been out on strikes, delivers.
Sometimes you get good racing luck. That's what happened right here. This called a foul ball. Obviously, it was close. It did not look like he fouled it off. It hit him. That would have been strike 3. Then here's your outcome.
Yeah, then he tops it up the middle. And again, Schaffner known for the ability to piece together at-bats and put the ball in play. Tops it up the middle and gets a good break and turns it into a leadoff base run.
Now the 2-hole hitter, Gallagher, looks at one down. He's the second baseman. He was the most outstanding player during the 2024 Chapel Hill Regional. Had a big grand slam. He was then the Chapel Hill Regional outstanding player freshman and sophomore years. He went nuclear in 25, and that's why he is where he is and why they love this guy so much. He had that very big hit the other night, breaking an 0 for 15 at the College World Series. A go-ahead single with 2 outs in the 7th inning. Schaffner's got 25, steals, stays put. This one is on the ground from third to second to first. They will not turn it. All took a too high a hop for Tyrus Hall and Kresser to turn it.
Yeah, that's all you're going to do with that ball right there. I love the way Kresser hung in there, though. Hung in there and still ripped it over to first, even though you kind of know with the ball speed there, you're not going to turn that one. A ball not hit hard. Weird to say, but Hall's got to mess with the sun on a chopper here. Kresser makes it closer than I thought he could, but nice job getting the lead out.
Defense was also part of the reason they won that opener against Troy. They made several great plays, including one by the third baseman, Hall. Here's Hull, a guy we have talked a lot about, bats from the left side. And hits one the other way. But Owen Hull continues to just see the ball, and he drove one where nobody was, and it's business time, first and second. Just a professional hitter.
Makes it look awfully easy, doesn't he? Really, really does a nice job to the opposite side of the ballpark. And the maturity to hit left-handers the way he's shown speaks very highly of his future in this game.
He's a .414 batting average against lefties, and now a guy they'd like to see really get going. There's all sorts of potential in making Winslow's bat the cleanup hitter. He's one in the dirt, and it got him in the foot. Big mistake for Max Yale, and he's on the ropes here in the first.
Well, this is his 19th hit by pitch. Did it hit him?
They caught a lace on the way by. Gavin Kelly was looking at the bench, kind of going, I'm not sure, as to whether or not they wanted to challenge that right there.
Does it change direction? I think they're going to challenge it.
Oh, it did hit his front foot.
I think it changed direction. Yeah.
It definitely didn't hit the back foot. Yeah. I think it might have clipped the back of the front foot, KP.
I think it looked like it got the toe of the front foot. Take another look.
Yeah, the back part of his toe. I agree.
I don't think either one of you are right.
I think it catches that toe.
I think it changes direction there, KP.
What's Scotty Klein think?
Watch if it changes direction.
Watch spin, too.
I think it takes a little bit of a left turn. Scott Klein is our rules analyst. Scott, what do you see?
I think he got that toe, guys. I agree.
Confirmed that the batter was hit by the pitch. West Virginia has one challenge remaining.
We didn't hear the microphone of our first base umpire announce that they were challenging it. They did challenge it. They lost the challenge. And the brakes are going Carolina's way here early, and a mistake there against Winslow to bring up Eric Paulson with the bases loaded. What an opportunity for the Heels early in this game. Ball one. Paulson, a .286 hitter with the bases loaded, a kid from the Northeast, Massapequa, New York. Two and 0.
I like this meeting right here. We've seen some outings from Yale this postseason, especially his first one in the regional, where he can get a little sped up and lose his command. Now, this one started pretty steady. As a matter of fact, he should have had Schaffner struck out.
Yep.
But it's getting a little shaky here now with the bases loaded, and I like Kelly going out there to calm down the big left-hander.
Yeah, this was that start that you talked about. And this is a guy over the course of the year at a 2.10 ERA. But yet, first start against Kentucky, 2/3 of an inning, 4 runs, didn't make it out of the first.
And now he's behind 3-0. And just to add on to that start, in which he didn't get out of the first, a walk, 2 hit batters, and 2 hits in that inning. 3-0, Paulson taking here to see if they can get a walk and a run. And they will. A walk to bring in Gavin Gallagher to make it 1-0. Max Yale, the Big 12 Pitcher of the Year, 3rd-team All-American, Baseball Coaches Association. First team perfect game is in a bind. Cooper Nicholson, we highlighted at the top. He's been terrific. And here he goes with that first one in there for a strike. Only one time this season has he come up with the bases loaded. He's delivered a hit. Yale needs a ground ball double play, and he gets a swing over the top.
How about that response?
There's a good one there, and it's thrown with conviction too.
Yep.
That's what you want to see in this spot. Is there was belief in that. After walking the run in, he's out in front of Nicholson, 0-2.
And a high chopper. Yale there. He will go to first, and he will just beat the speedy Nicholson. The second run comes in, and it's 2-0 North Carolina. That was not an easy play.
Carl, to cap off the story about Max Yale at regionals, the confidence that this coaching staff has in him after the poor performance in his first start, that just 2 days later they went back to him in an elimination game. And it's because Max texted head coach Steve Sabins. He said, I want the ball. He got the ball, and he pushed them through to be able to get to the supers.
Yeah, and that was a bit of a conversation too. I mean, Sabins really pushed him on it. Like, how badly do you want it? Howe sends one deep to left field. The sun may be a problem. And it is caught out there. Boy, Matthew Grafflin made a very good catch as he used his glove to try to shade the sun, and that saved what could have been disaster.
This is not the play you want to make to get off the field, but West Virginia does it. They only give up 2 through 1.
The NCAA Men's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Some images from Troy. The Trojans, 12-8 winners. They do come from 4 back. Our Australian buddy was dancing after his post-game interview. It was another home run from Jimmy Janicki. Jay Boroff, or Babe Boroff, Babe Ruth, a 2-run double in the 7th. And the pitch from Troy, keep it rolling here. First pitch put in the air, right field line. French is over there in the shade, and he is able to make the catch. Gravelin is retired.
Guys, Blake Cavill's mom has traveled all the way here from Australia to get to see her son. And then when he hit the home run, she wants the ball, right? You want to take a souvenir back all the way across the world. She had to do it. She had to give over some cash, though. Paid a boy $100.
Okay, it's fine.
Got some budding entrepreneurs out in the outfield right now. You can have it if.
What's his name, Teddy? Just curious.
Always an entrepreneur, right?
By the way,
yes.
not a lot of comfortable routes in the outfield right now.
No, I mean, that may be a play you look back on that Gravelin made in left field in that inning with runners in second and third as a very big play on what would otherwise be a routine fly ball. Right down the middle after falling behind, 2-0 to the shortstop, Matt Einish. .116 stolen bases because so many of these guys have great eyes. This one has popped up on the infield. Nicholson yields to Schaffner, and there are 2 quick outs. For the latest news, insight, and in-depth analysis from the 2026 College World Series, visit ncaa.com. It's your official online home for all NCAA championships. Just shy of 1,000 country roads to get to Omaha on their first ever trip here. And you do get the impression West Virginia, who has as good a relationship as any fan base does with its sports teams. They are remarkably passionate, consistent, and demanding, and they have finally rewarded here.
Yeah, them not only the reward of being here, but the reward of hosting a regional and a super program that's been to 3 straight supers, but the first time to host it, what a scene that was in Morgantown. What a reward to a fan base that is one of the best in college sports.
2 balls, no strikes to Brody Kresser, and that one just missed. It's 3 balls and no strikes.
Think about the carryover effect too, and that's what you love, and Troy's going to have the same thing next year. I mean, all these people had showed up and saw postseason baseball in spots that they hadn't before. Well, they come back next year, and now you have built a larger fan base.
Yeah, you definitely touched a part of the fan base that had never experienced it. When you start looking at all the records they broke from an attendance standpoint.
3-1 beaten into the ground. High chopper. Gallagher is up with it, and a nice quiet inning for Ryan Lynch. Couple of fly balls and a ground out. Right back to the batter's box come the Heels, up 2-zip. win. That is presented by the Home Depot. Started out by getting drilled, swing and miss. That worked out well because the next pitch is we're driving it right up the middle. Then we can get 2 runs out of that.
Yeah, a little racing lug never hurt anybody in the first. It's exactly what North Carolina got. Then they got a little help on the mound as well. Put it in play, good things will happen. Seems like anything Nicholson does right now, good things are going to happen. Doesn't get out of the infield, but drives in 1, and the Heels get 2 in the first.
He starts off Colin Heineck with a strike. So Yale has allowed 7 first-inning runs in 4 NCAA tournament starts in the first 5 innings versus the last 4 innings. So a bit of an aberrational start, which is a good sign for the Heels. Swing and a miss there as Yale tries to settle everything down. Heineck followed by French. 8-9, then back to the top of the order for the Diamond Heels. That's a good pitch and a really good start to the inning for Yale, who gets strikeout number 1.
Kind of feel like he needs that right now. I mean, it was a bounce back effect. He got out of the first, only gave up the 2, but as much as we all don't like to admit it, there's always that little voice in the back of your head that remembers what happened a couple starts ago. Comes back right here, drops a breaking ball in there, freezes Heineck to get his first strikeout of the night.
Here's the right fielder, Carter French. He beats a high chopper over the head of the third baseman, Tyrus Hall, who was in. And French is at first base. We've seen that a couple of times, fellas. Balls bouncing right near home plate. High choppers.
Yeah, Kenny Ishikawa did it last night for Georgia. And now Carter French just topping a ball right into the dirt in front of home plate. But just the threat of the bunt has Tyus Hall playing in, and not too often do you get a ball that stays in the air, I don't know, 18 inches and ends up into the outfield for a clean single.
3 feet 7 inches.
Okay, there you go.
There's some carry right there.
I shortchanged him.
Yeah. Wind's blowing in.
Forgot to check
Knocked it down.
Schafter had a hit his first time up, and Carolina didn't score over its first 5 innings. It has scored in each of the last 4. That's better, and that's in there for a strike. 6 runs in the final 3 innings Friday, and they get 2 in the first tonight.
Be interesting to see if any of these athletic left-handed hitters for Carolina do try to not drag bunt, but bring it with them. I mean, to me, if I was facing a big left-handed pitcher, especially with a runner on first, you got the hole over there, the second baseman a touch up the middle. You slug that thing past the mound, and you are walking into first base.
Schafter doesn't. He lifts one to center field. Schoenfeld in his tracks to make the play.
Yep.
Now, Yale doesn't fall off way towards the third base side, but still it's away from his glove side. And we've seen him field his position already. Definitely not the fleetest of foot.
Well, one of the themes of these players here, many of them sons of coaches. Gallagher's dad played 4 years at Wake Forest. He then coached a year. Brother Riley played football at South Carolina, and Campbell, a sister, a sand volleyball player at UNCW. 2 down on the 0-1. Nope.
How about this? This is Yale's 18th start of the year. There's been 3 stolen base attempts. 3 stolen base attempts in 18 starts. They just do not attempt to steal on him. At least they haven't so far this year.
Yeah, based on the first move, it doesn't look like it's because it's some Andy Pettit trick move over there.
Not everybody that's here has consulted with Andy Pettit about pitching and pickoff moves.
No,
not everybody.
Nor can every left-hander pull it off, even if they tried. But basically, if you're left-handed and you can be quick to the plate, you can shut down a running game.
Mountaineer fans looking to end this inning without any damage. The 0-2 sails high in the way. The other part of that, again, this is like a personal catcher. We haven't talked too much about Gavin Kelly, but as his coach said today, like that guy right there, he plays second base. Yeah. He's our best second baseman. He catches, he's our best catcher.
I get a feeling if you put him at left, you'd say the same thing.
He'd be the best
you put him
outfielder.
at third, he'd be the same thing. He's just kind of good.
Swing and a miss, and a very good inning there for Max Yale. Couple of punch-outs, strands one at first base.
Bounce back inning for the left-hander. Big 12 pitcher of the year, showing you why in the second inning. Couple of punch-outs for Max Yale to keep it a 2-0 game. We'll talk to head coach from North Carolina, Scott Forbes, when we come back.
In Omaha, time now for our coach interview presented by Orkin.
Thank you so much, Ravi. Coach Forbes, I know it's early, but what have you seen from Ryan Lynch so far?
He looks great. His delivery's good. Obviously, he walked the leadoff hitter in a 3-2 count. But he came back and down 3-0, came back to 3-2. So he looks sharp to me. It's hard to see this far away, quite honestly, but it looks good from here.
We'll work on KP can send you down his readers. With everything that's at stake when you go 2-0 and the way the schedule sets up and the arms that you have in your bullpen, what would be the perfect setup for you today?
Obviously, Lynch goes as long as he can, and we finish the game with McDuffie and Glauber. Obviously, Rose could be a factor for their lefties, but that'd be the perfect world. And, you know, I tell our guys, like, don't look at it that way. Just play those 27 outs and boil it down to 1 out at a time.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Guys.
Yeah, boy, Scott Forbes is a guy who, if you needed somebody to do books on tape, he could read to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Ben Lumsden, the right fielder, lets it one and ropes it into right field. He jumped all over that. The exit speed was 110 miles an hour, and a good job by the 8-hitter to get on base.
Man, has he been on a heater in the postseason? A veteran here for this Mountaineer club. Steve Saban's decided to play the hot hand down the stretch. He has solidified the back end of this lineup, and he has hit a whole bunch of barrels here in the postseason. A rocket to get the party started here in the top of the third.
11 for 25, Berkey over 420 in the NCAA tournament. And now Tyrus Hall, the 9-hole hitter, won't square, swings right through it at 94. We highlighted Hall at the beginning. There's Lumsden in the tournament, now 440. This is another guy, Hall, who's been outstanding. 4 doubles in the NCAA tournament. That's out of play.
Yeah, this has been their guy. It's wild, and of course this time of year you don't see head coaches change up their batting orders too much, but you got to believe they're waiting for him to get up to bat sitting down there in that 9-hole.
He's got 14 runs batted in. Heineck sets up outside, and that pitch missed badly. It's 1-2. He went with a breaking pitch that did not break. Hall's got some power in that bat too. 7 home runs. Center fielder Hall is playing very shallow, as is the right fielder French. Runner goes on a 1-2 on the ground to first, and it will work. And down to second base goes Lumsden. That would have been. He has no steals on the season.
Yeah.
He was off and running. The element of surprise.
Yeah, well, he might not have any, but this team is 21 for 21 in the postseason. By far the most here at the College World Series in postseason play.
Back to the top of the order, and Guzman, who in the tournament with a walk in the first is also over 400. That's outside. 1-0, real close. A year ago, he stood on third base, 90 feet away, and he got stuck there in the Chapel Hill Super Regional. He's a pinch runner, and it was a hard pill to swallow for West Virginia. That one sails outside as well. A couple years ago, I should say, 2024. A sophomore out of New York, New York. Went to prep school in the Appalachian Mountains in the northeast corner of Georgia. Lumsden leads off second. Right back up the middle. It's past the dive of Schaffner. Here comes Lumsden, and he's in. And Armani Guzman delivers again. It's 2-1. Couple of hard hit balls, fellas, in this inning off Lynch.
Well, and they didn't steal the base, but they moved the runner, and moving the runner gets him into scoring position, and Guzman stays red hot, hitting over 400 in the postseason coming into this ball game. A bullet right back through the box, and because Lumsden was in scoring position, he scores easily, and the ears fall within one.
Yeah, the Omaneers are engaged with their fans, who are all standing. And their best player, best hitter, Gavin Kelly, steps up. And you have to keep an eye on Guzman at first. Laced into left field, and another hard hit ball, 108 miles an hour off the bat. That's 3 that have been barreled by Mountaineer hitters.
They didn't really hit a ball hard in the first 2 innings. And it seems like everything in this inning, I'm not saying it's exactly this, but the shadow effect is real. And when that spins around, now second time through this Mountaineer order, let's see if that makes a difference. But those are really all good swings so far in this inning.
Keep an eye on Guzman. Stealing third is absolutely in play for this team. And quickly time is called for a meeting here on the mound. Glauber, 27, heads out there. Mateus, 24, heads to the pen. KP, tell us, you're a pitcher. Of course, you pitched in the College World Series. It always struck me as a pitcher, and clearly you don't have the bullpen guys starting the game in the bullpen, but if you're a starting pitcher and all of a sudden you see these reinforcements flying out there.
I can promise you notice it.
Right?
You notice it. Oh, yeah. That's why you like the places where you couldn't see them.
Exactly.
Where they were already just down there to start the game, and I mean, you kind of get this sixth sense every once in a while, but feels better if they're just kind of trotting down there. If they're on a dead sprint and somebody looks like they're going to pull a hamstring,
not good.
No, that's when you go find the rosin bag pretty quick.
That had a bit of a fire drill look to it. We're going to try to get warm quick. Schoenfeld, the center fielder, struck out his first time up. 1 out, 1 in, 2 on, and slashed out of play.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about this sinker from Lynch, though, over 50% ground ball rate. He's always 1 pitch away from a double play ball, getting him out of a mess.
They've turned 57 of those double plays on the season. Really great speed out there at second base, and Guzman, who's not going. That one misses in. Guzman's got that bouncing lead, will not go. It missed outside. Everybody focuses on the steal of home with Guzman. Remember how he got to third base. So he hits a ground ball, an error, trickles into right field. He gets to second base. Drop, third strike. They throw to first. He goes to third base. Then he steals home. His legs created that run the other night. Now he are both going. Throw to third. He's safe, and they steal them both. 40th stolen base for Armani Guzman, and the legs pay off again.
You can tell he looks distraught over there, like he might have got. I love the momentum, though. Watch the momentum. Shuffle, shuffle, go.
You can't throw
Great
it better
jump.
than this. You cannot throw it better than this.
Threw it right into the base.
You literally just catch it and keep it there.
Slides into his foot, KP.
Yeah, but you could see that sliding glove that you love so much move earlier too before that.
He slides right into his foot. I don't think he's there.
Yeah, the question's going to be, we need that other angle. Did the right hand get into the bag?
I don't think it ever got there. Watch the front of that glove move.
Yeah.
The tag's definitely on there. I think they got him.
We have our rules analyst, Scott Klein, who's watching along with us. Scott, did you see anything?
I've got out, guys. Some people have questioned obstruction on this, but the fielder has possession of the ball.
Call in the field is safe at third base. The replay review room is right here in Omaha.
So, Scott, you're saying because he has the ball in plenty of time, there's no obstruction there.
That's correct.
So now it's just a matter of whether the right hand gets there, because the left hand doesn't.
That's
right
right.
hand is there now. Is the glove on yet?
Yeah, it was before.
KP's all in on out here, Rev.
Yeah, where are you?
I'm less convicted. I was there, but now I'm waffling. I'm nibbling.
Stand your ground here. Let's go.
I'm just looking at the evidence, Kyle. And remember,
That's what I was looking
the call
at.
was safe, correct?
It was.
So
I think it'll be overturned.
The right hand definitely gets to the bag. The question again is, does the glove get the hand first? You know, Scott, while they're looking at this at our replay operations center, I'm curious, how do you define ball getting to fielder in plenty of time?
Well, it's not really that. It's just, does he have possession of the ball? Is he blocking the base without possession of the ball?
Because was the foot there before the ball was in the glove, and does that matter?
It was, but again, he's in possession of the ball before he gets there. I would not have obstruction here.
Okay.
We'll see what they got.
Watch that foot turn too, and just created a path that's even tougher to get to the base.
Man, you said it, KP. You can't throw it any better than that.
After review, the call is going to be overturned. The runner is out. North Carolina has 2 challenges remaining.
Give Colin Hynek tremendous credit. Nicholson holding his position at third base, but boy, you do not throw out Armani Guzman very often, let alone the team. They were 21 for 21. And make no mistake about it, Scott Forbes and company were very aware of their desire to run, and in particular stealing third base. So they nail him there. Kelly is at second base. There are 2 down.
Not only do you not throw them out very often, but certainly don't throw them out when they get that kind of jump. But Steve Saban's do it. Hynek has a cannon. And not only can he throw with velocity, but the accuracy there was perfect.
Lynch 3-2 and another spoil. It's a couple of big plays you circle. That catch in left field by Gravlin early prevented a big inning, and certainly getting Guzman at third is another one you circle and we'll look back on later in this game. Lynch, pitch number 47. Has a good slider down and in, but a good spoil by Schoenfeld.
Back to that stolen bases. You stole a bunch of bags in your life. Did it matter to you whether the hitter was left-handed or right-handed?
Yes. Lefty, you knew it was going to be easier for the catcher, for sure. I would have to feel like I had it almost standing up to go versus a left-hander.
Called strike 3. Wow, Schoenfeld thought he had drawn a walk. Down and away, strikeout for Ryan Lynch, and gets out of what could have been a big inning.
Yeah, you feel like he kind of spit the bit there a little bit. I mean, that could have been a lot of different kinds of bad for North Carolina. But a big pitch right there. Ryan Lynch takes that 2-seamer, gets a call on the outside part of the plate, gives up one, but he'll still lead it by 1.
Due Up back with Kyle Peterson, Chris Burke, Chris Budden, rules analyst Scott Klein, and here's a guy who kind of talked about being in the O-zone when he had the 4 doubles to get him here. Very interesting. You listen to Scott Forbes basically say he's always in the O-zone.
Yeah.
He kind of is in his own world, and yet he's right now in a zone in which the baseball looks like a beach ball.
Well, we've been told that MJ's a big fan of this club and is watching. He has to dig Owen Hole's act. A lot of MJ in Owen Hole.
In the way that it just, there's effort, but he makes it look pretty easy. It's coming very naturally right now.
I would say in the way he seems to play his best when the most is on the line. He's got a knack to meet the moment.
Singleton scored one of the 2 in the first. He got jammed there. And Forbes said, look, on Hall, I didn't expect this. He struggled out of the gate, but then he went on to say he's as good a clutch hitter as I've ever been around. And then he brought up Dustin Ackley hanging around the team.
Yeah, I mean, there was 2 guys he brought up. Colin Moran, who has more RBIs in a single year than anybody else in North Carolina, and Ackley. That's pretty good company if you're a hitter in North Carolina.
Well, when you put together the year that he has, you have earned the right to be in that company.
So he bats with 2 strikes. There was the old tennis serve to stay alive.
Well, and that's why he hits left-handers so good. He hangs in there, and he's showing you right now, KP, is he not, that he's got an answer for you on the breaking ball. Anytime you catch one that deep and hit it oppo, he's got the growth at it.
1-2. He chased. Max Yale's looking a little different, and the catcher, Kelly, fires down to first.
And this time he did go after one. And so often he has the ability to keep that bat in the zone. Hole more walks than strikeouts this year, but you can see that breaking ball starting to light, then disappear. Hole fouled the last one off. That one couldn't get a piece of. Now back-to-back strikeouts for the left-hander Max Yale.
And settling in, making Winslow hit by a pitch his first time up, swings, and he misses. You can tell that Max Yale, who's got his mom and dad in the crowd, has completely settled in after that real bumpy first inning. You know the saying with a pitcher, get him and get him early, as he's landing that breaking pitch. Mom Kristen, dad Chris rooting on. Great night last night for Mr. Volchko's mom, who spent the entire evening, 9 innings, clapping for her son, who was just outstanding.
She didn't have to sweat too much out.
No.
She didn't sweat a whole lot, but she clapped a lot because she had a lot to clap about.
So Kylie McDaniel, our draft expert, has a bunch of guys in the draft class that are here in Omaha. On the 0-2, that's too high for Winslow. You got a couple in this game. And then you had Joey Volchko, who we talked about, who was 12th on the list coming in. Is Joey Volchko still 12th on the list of top draft prospects in the College World Series field after one night like that? Beaten into the ground, they got the shift on, and this should be an easy one, and it is for Crescent.
Yeah, I don't know where he stands of those that are here. What I do know as an almost 100% rock solid fact is he made a lot of American money last night. A lot.
Yeah, he might not have jumped the guys here, but he jumped somebody.
He jumped some other ones. I don't know where you're at, but you got jumped. May not be here, but there was jumping involved.
Two down for Paulson. And this ball is off the end of the bat, diving quickly, and it's going to get in front of Gravlin. Not sure if he picked it up cleanly off the bat, given the sun, but Paulson's aboard with 2 outs.
I don't know why my man, Mr. Gravlin, isn't wearing his sunglasses. I couldn't imagine playing left field and not having your sunglasses on. But it's tough to get a good jump with the sun shining that bright and sitting right in your eyes. The first couple steps were pretty neutral, and that ball falls just a few feet in front of him.
Jay Weatherholt just bought them all new sunglasses too.
It feels like on the list of nights to wear your sunglasses
this
tonight.
Would be
very
up
high.
the list.
There's none of those white things up there to maybe have the sun hide behind. Nope, just clear blue sky. And a rare 74-degree day in Omaha. Will not get the call in the corner. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Like that?
Yeah, like it.
Mountaineer Nation has traveled in a big, big way to be here for this first-time event. Sky high on the infield. Kresser going back. He's under it, and he will make the play. Max Yale, rock solid there. We're through 3. It's 2-1 with 4, 5, 6 coming up.
Finally made it here. You know, it's time to win it.
Guzman headed home to throw.
I'm really proud of this group of boys. They've worked their tails off to get here.
Tar Heels win their first. Well, Berkey talked about it as we welcome you back inside Charles Schwab Field. Side of the Men's College World Series, downtown Omaha, Nebraska. The 2-0 teams have won 29 of the last 35 titles. That's what both of these teams are trying to do tonight. Sean Smith, who went yard and got things rolling for this team in game 1, leads off and looks at one from Lynch down and away. You guys mentioned Weatherholt. He was the best they ever had, and Sabins was talking about banquet they had during the offseason, and just having Weatherholt there, you know, does so much for the program. Ball is just pulled foul. Beyond the sunglasses, the ability to talk, the ability to show that a program in West Virginia can get you to the major leagues. It can produce really good players, and that is a common theme with guys like Guzman and Kelly and certainly Smith. We believe now, like West Virginia, and there's a chip. They know all about the Southeastern Conference and teams from Power 4 conferences. And now that they're there, yeah, we expect to come back every year.
Well, and they've been selling the vision to get here. And once you achieve that vision, you're just going to keep getting more yeses, especially when you have a coaching staff that works as hard as this one does. And they are crazy smart in the portal, but they also have done a nice job with the youngsters, with the high school kids. Think about Yale and Kelly. I mean, two of their biggest stars. Guzman, those are homegrown products.
3-1, that misses. You think about the upward trajectory. I mean, you can look at the last 3 years. Supers, they lost. That was Randy Mazey's last season. And remember, 2012, before moving to the Big 12, it was Oliver Luck who basically saved the baseball program at West Virginia, like saved it.
Yeah, I mean, Randy Macy comes in and changes everything, and obviously Steve Sabins has taken that next step. And they won 21 games of the Big 12 this year. They went and swept Kansas at the end of the year. They only lost 2 series the whole year.
There was a succession plan, and Mazey's really enjoying his life. Still attends practices, kind of has a seat out beyond the outfield, and loves to talk baseball, enjoy this. You can see kind of the fruits of his labor. And Sabins was hired in his late 20s, is now 39 years old. The facilities have been updated. We heard about the biomechanics lab.
How?
2-1 to Graveline.
Yeah, they have officially arrived as a top-tier program. There's no question about it. And it's been a lot of hard work and a lot of years in the making, but I think West Virginia is here to stay in the Big 12.
Smith, 6 stolen bases. He's off first, not a big lead, and the 2-1. That's right at the knees again, 2-2.
There he is.
It just looks like a relaxed man right there, doesn't it?
You know what's cool, too? His son's on the club.
Yeah.
Weston's on the club, Whammer's on the club, and got him a hit this year.
Randy Mazey, one of the great fungo hitters of all time. Rev. He could hit a number on the wall in 3 tries.
Is that right?
I'm telling you.
There is Weston, his son, just a freshman. 5'8", 160. What do you think that graphic will be in about 3 years?
185.
5'8" will be there. 2-2, chase one up top. What a job there by Graveline. Sends it into center field. Smith all the way to third base. And Lynch, after pounding the zone down, got one up, and Graveline jumped on it.
A spinner right here that's right at the top of the zone. It may have even been up. And if it caught the zone, it caught the very top, but didn't have a lot of depth to it. Graveline with a really good pass to it right there. So leadoff walk, good base running. Smith goes first to third. And the Mountaineers got something cooking here in the 4th.
We saw the reinforcements head out to the bullpen. Nobody is throwing at all yet. For Matt Innes, the shortstop, first and third. This ball is towards second. Gallagher, Schaffner, they get the double play, but coming in is Sean Smith, and we got a brand new ball game. It's 2-2.
Well, there it is. We talked about it. Lynch always just one pitch away from being able to calm down a rally with that double play ball, and this is exactly how you draw it up, KP. The old 4-6-3. Gallagher to Schaffner. Beautiful job by this uber talented Carolina middle infield. Love the flip out in front, makes life easy on your shortstop. But we got ourselves a tie ball game now, folks.
58th double play turned by Scott Forbes infield. This is a high chopper, and it is foul. Gonna need a lot of rain to get some mud around that home plate area. I think it's packed clay down there.
I wonder if Scott Forbes asked him, hey, could you maybe soften that up? I got a sinker baller on the mound.
We got 2 different takes on that. I am with you, Rev. I have a feeling that the man sitting in the middle would like it just the way it is.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
It was nice to be able to beat a ball off the ground for a double. That was always a nice little bonus.
I see you just filling in with grass.
I promise you, if they played on dirt or Carolina, when they play at home, I promise you that dirt is nice and soft when Mr. Lynch pitches.
That's outside to Brody Kresser, whose family is in western Iowa, about 4 hours from here. And they have not made the trip until he said, I want to go as a player. And now there's about 50 to 100 of them here rooting him on. Beats one in the ground. Schaffner throws over to first, and they do get one, but a big double play. On the other side of the break, we will be joined by Steve Sabins, head man for the Omaneers. Welcome back, everyone. This is the 2026 NCAA Men's College World Series. It's presented by Capital One. Started with 5 teams from the SEC. Ole Miss has been dismissed. Troy got them earlier today. 2 losses, and you are eliminated from this College World Series. Championship Series will start next weekend. And the winner tonight will move to a game on Wednesday. The winner of that game Wednesday will move into the College World Series Finals. That's how close these teams are to realizing that dream. KB, not yet. Chris Budden's down on the field waiting for Coach Sabins to come on out. Carolina steps to the plate. And it'll be 7, 8, 9. Howe, Heineck, and French. KB, hang in there. We'll get 1 pitch in to Tyler Howe, and you and Coach Sabins currently in the on-deck circle. Yale is ready. I know Budden is ready. And it's yours.
Coach, after the first inning, what did you see in the adjustments from Yale?
He's just been good ever since then. I think just getting his feet wet, great environment, coming in. They got a couple infield singles off him on the ground, and that happens too. And it was compounded by a walk and a hit by pitch. But he's doing what he does right now. He's throwing strikes. He's got nasty stuff, so really happy with what he's doing.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
One left on left, swing and a miss. Howe's one of those reverse split hitters. He hits lefties to the tune of 322, righties 222. Max Yale is feeling it after the first.
I wonder if Coach Sabins already knows that Schaffner missed that ball to start the game.
I would bet he's been told, don't you?
I would say that if this game ends up going Carolina's way, that one will linger. Such an odd way to start the ball game, and one where you can't tell that from where they are. The only person that can help you there is your
catcher's the only guy. Yeah.
Couple of good takes from Howe, sets up a 3-2, and he's gone. Strikeout number 4, KP, for Max Yale.
Well, 94 right there from Yale. That's his best fastball today. What he's done a good job of is speed him up and slow him down. Then we can go the other way. These are back-to-back pitches to 3 different hitters. Slow him down, then speed him up. That fastball plays up from there. Fastball in on the hands and break a ball down and away. And this one at 94. We hadn't seen a 94 yet in this game. Had good down action when it got to home plate, too.
Getting ahead is so important. It certainly was the key to Joey Volchko's performance last night against the Longhorns, as Heineck is now behind 0-2. And it feels a little bit like Yale is just kind of playing catch right now with Gavin Kelly, doesn't it?
Yeah, he has clearly found a sweet spot. The command is noticeably different than the way this ball game started.
Way high. How rare is it to have a guy that is your best second baseman and your best catcher? You don't see that very often, and Kelly can obviously run. It reminded me a little bit at the next level of a guy like Realmuto, JT Realmuto, who goes out and plays shortstop before almost every game with his infielders going.
You played with a guy that did it. Didn't Biggio do it?
Biggio started his career. It's a great point. Here's what I would say about it. Most of the time, if you're the best catcher, that's all you play. I think there are other guys that could do it, but no coach wants to live without their best catcher behind home plate.
Strikeout there of Heineck. 2 in a row, 5 in the game.
They're living with their best left-hander on the mound right now, and he's starting to find it.
I think
it was wobbly in the first, too.
Oh, there's no question. I was just going to say, I think it's more impressive that Graveline is good enough that they trust him back there equally.
Yeah,
because as good as Kelly is back there, as we see him catch that low breaking ball. Usually once you have a guy as talented as Kelly, you just ride him and everybody else fits in somewhere else.
But you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're robbing the middle infield. And when you have Kelly out there at second base and Einish at shortstop, like that's a young group that's going to grow together and be really good.
But I think analytically, the numbers would tell you the catcher impacts the game more than second base.
Sure.
So if he's your best catcher, it would make sense to just ride with him back there.
No doubt.
But it is fascinating that they let him mix and match from behind the plate to second base.
2-2 ball game, 2 down, bottom 4, right in there, 1 and 2. And interestingly, you could make the case that Gravelin out there in left field has had the best play of the game by catching that fly ball. Mom's ready to see another strikeout and get them all, but no, a liner up the middle. Carter French delivers his second hit of the night out of the 9 spot.
Okay, Carter French, we see you coming in the ball game just 2 for 10 in postseason play, but he had a chopper over Hall's head his first at bat. Now he gets a breaking ball. This one kind of stays up in middle, and that is a beautiful move back through the middle of the field. Duck, because that's a 1-iron headed right above your bill.
French dives back in. He is the definition of student athlete. He is studying to be a future doctor.
See, that's not exactly a pick you off move right there. And even though KP, as you said, people have not really run on him, it's a move that makes you think if you wanted to go first movement, he can't alter that once he decides to go home.
He comes home, and on the infield, a little blooper that's easily caught by Tyrus Hall. How we feeling right now, man? Broncos, they're enjoying the night for sure. Wow, West Virginia, that says 21,000.
Hey, now.
Big time lead.
Welcome back to Omaha. It's West Virginia's first time at the College World Series, but also Steve Saban's. But he's been holding on to advice that he's had for the last 18 years. When he was an assistant under Josh Holliday at Oklahoma State, Holliday had a PDF from Vanderbilt coach Tim Corbin. It was titled The Inner Workings of Omaha. Well, Saban's at the time said, I want a picture of this. He took a photo of it. He's been holding on to it for nearly 2 decades. This past week, he texted Corbs and he said, look what I have. I'm learning from the best. And Corbs said, let me send you a digital file, okay? A PDF. We don't need to be working off a photo. Gave him some advice really just about how to manage the schedule here for the 2 weeks in Omaha, but learning from the best.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing that the PDF didn't share with him was exactly how to get to the hotel to meet the ESPN crew. Because each morning we got a chance to sit with each coach, and Saban showed up this morning. We had our meeting at 7:30 a.m. local time. As Lumsden looks at an 0-2 and lines one on a one-hopper, and that's fielded cleanly by Schaffner. So Sabans was all excited about getting up early, and you look at what this program has done the last 30, not very good. All right, 97 to 2012. We've talked about what happened there when Randy Mazey showed up, and we've gone from about 400 to near 1900, and boom, look what's happened for Steve Sabans. So Sabans is all excited. He reaches out to his sports information director and says, "You don't worry, I'm already here. I'll meet you at the hotel." Poor Sabes is sitting in the hotel, and all of a sudden he sees his SID Sam walking by the hotel. And Saban's like, "Where in the heck is that guy going?" And then he realized he's in the wrong hotel. Our hotel and the hotel he was
still early, though.
Sitting in were not the same. Good story from Sabans early today.
Yeah. Good story and great graphic to just really highlight the growth of this program and what the heater they have been on here recently. Not to mention the music was fantastic.
It was. That one is another one on the ground. It's fielded by Paulson. He'll race to the bag and get there for the second out.
Back to that. I mean,
it was
Randy
Adam,
Mazey,
by the way, not Sam. Adam.
Randy Mazey comes in. Okay, so I mean, it's like the birth of a program. Is you start winning some more people show up. More people show up. You start making some money. You start making some money. They start spending more money on facilities and the things around there. And then now you really have dudes that are showing up.
Yeah.
And all of those things only get better after accomplishing what they have this year.
Well, as Coach Sapans put it today, they went from not having covered batting cages to a biomechanics lab. Like that's the growth that this program has seen over the last few years. A totally different place than it was when Randy Mazey showed up.
Yeah, and Morgantown is a really lovely place, but in the fall, you kind of want some covers over those batting cages.
In January and February, I promise you
can get some white precipitation there. Yeah, and that was the other part of the Weatherholt story is he came back and said, you know, once you get that big check, we're going to need a little bit of that here. We're going to need a little bit of that help. And to KP's point, money has become obviously a X factor in all of the success of these sports programs, not just baseball programs.
I don't think they're going to have to worry about J.J. Weatherholt being a vibrant member of the community. He seems to be all in.
Good look at a packed house on a Sunday evening here in Omaha, Nebraska. College World Series 1-0, right back up the middle, and another shot. They have tagged a few of those balls, 104 miles an hour. And Armani Guzman has been on 3 times. He's been caught stealing once. Leadoff hitter getting the job done, fellas.
Isn't that the second time he's done this?
Same ball.
Yes, it's directly through his legs twice. It was almost the exact same spot. It was the same pitch.
Feels like we might need to make a infield placement adjustment. I think Mr. Schaffner might need to move a little to his left. Wow.
Loud noises bring Scott Forbes to the mound, and we've talked about the guys out there in that bullpen. He had mentioned that Walker McDuffie would likely be the first guy out. And he is the one who is throwing hard there. Auber has sat down.
I think they're going to get him.
Well, they're going to get him because of that guy.
No doubt.
Because of where they're at. Gavin Kelly will hit next. If they're anywhere else in the lineup, I'm not sure if Scott Forbes goes out and gets him right now, but one of the many strengths of this North Carolina team is the depth in the bullpen, and they got a lot of belief in Walker McDuffie.
Third time through, the best hitter in the lineup. This just makes sense.
Yeah, and another hard hit ball prior. So McDuffie is coming in. There are 2 men down. He's trying to get him to the bottom of the 5th and keep the score 2-2. Good one here on a Sunday night in Omaha. Winner on the bottom left, 12-8. And again, you'll see that they got to play Tuesday. Then they would have to play again on Wednesday. And that's a lot of games coming out of that elimination side. West Virginia, North Carolina locked into a 2-2 game and each trying to go 2-0. Lynch will now watch the rest of this one, and he's fairly comfortable the same way that Scott Forbes and the rest of this team are in who they're bringing out of the bullpen in Mr. Walker McDuffie, his 37th appearance.
Yeah, they're pretty comfortable running the right-hander in there. Very slider heavy, and that's what you're going to see here. Fastball into the low 90s, but slider is definitely his best.
Very careful on the first pitch to Kelly, who has shown light tower power, and there's no option there. It's up and out, 1-0.
Kelly hitting .350 with 5 homers on the slider on the year, so he's got that in his bag.
That's a really good pitch. I think right down and in on Gavin Kelly. There's that slider.
That's a big swing right there, too. It looked like he saw that one good, but came up empty with some really late movement. Now watch him work here in a 2-strike approach.
He got him, boy. That is putting out a small brush fire. Walker McDuffie, he will walk off. When we come back, Gavin Gallagher, the number 2 hitter, already with some big hits here. Owen Hall, all he does is come up with big hits. Smack Yale trying to make sure neither of those things happen. Heck of a run for Hull, no doubt about it. That was a big fly against Ole Miss. And right now we got a good one. 2-2, bottom 5. Yale facing the heart of the order for the 3rd time in Gallagher, then Hull, and Macon Winslow. He has been really good in innings 2 through 4. He has only allowed 3 base runners, and his strike percentage, fellas, has gone into Joey Volchko territory. Volchko threw 74% strikes over the course of 9 innings. That's exactly where Yale's been in innings 2, 3, and 4.
Good company to keep.
It really is. High and away to Gavin Gallagher.
Volchko was the buzz of the baseball community last night, this morning. I mean, it was
well
making
earned.
its rounds, no question.
No, 2-0. And there's another way to look at what he has done since that first inning. He was throwing 56% strikes in that first inning, got him in trouble. He hit a guy, and it's just been a different dude. Gets the call, 2-1. Make no mistake, Max Yale wanted the ball. Popped up. This one is playable. Guzman makes the play. Not an easy one, but Armani Guzman is there. And here comes number 8, Owen Hull. Singled and scored in the first, struck out chasing one down in the third. Feasts on left-handed pitching.
Well, the key with Hull is getting him up with nobody on.
Yes.
Right? And so getting Schaffner and Gallagher out is a big part of the equation of quieting Owen Hull, because again, where he causes a lot of problems is when there's runners in scoring position.
Really good one. There's Mom Kate, made the trip. She's watched thousands of Owen Hull's games, and Owen has done a lot of things in his life. Of course, was it George Mason left there, and it was hard to leave. Goes the other way, snared. Throw is wide. He held the bag. What a job by Guzman as Hall fires to get home.
That was pretty special on both ends.
Well, and how about when we were talking to Steve Sabins this morning? It looks like they're going to challenge this.
Was the foot ever
Where he
on?
started.
Oh, it drags across it, y'all. Yes,
what a
sir.
play. What a
yes,
play.
Sir.
Now, I'm not sure why he started where he did, but in any case, it may have benefited him right now.
Oh, he came off to push off, KP. He was on, and then he sees the balls out there. He's got to push off to go get it. What a play.
This is a great
That's a middle infielder making a diving catch.
And that was one of the things Steve Sabins talked about today is our best defensive first baseman is Guzman. Like most of the time, the guy that leads you, the guy stole 39 bags this year. They usually don't play first.
After review, the call of out is confirmed. North Carolina has one challenge remaining.
Well, when he doesn't play first, he plays right.
And exactly, and they all come with a lot of gloves, but started with Hall, who had to dive to his left.
No, and yeah, Hall, the range of Tyus Hall has been on full display, and then the athleticism of Armani Guzman, and that is, again, that is top shelf on both ends. Give Brandon Cooper some love.
Oh, big punch.
Call.
Big punch.
Big
Where's he from?
From Louisville. Okay. Thank you.
Strike one to Winslow. The defense behind Yale has been really, really good. And I keep going back to Gravelin's play in the sunshine in the first to prevent a big inning. Lands the breaking ball.
Steve Sabins says Tyus Hall's the best third baseman he's ever coached. And he's already flashed some serious highlight reel plays in his short time in Omaha, validating his skipper.
Oh, 2 to Winslow. He beats it into the ground. Dyrus has come up with a number of web gems, and you've got to give Guzman. I mean, that's a double gem.
No doubt.
It's interesting that you thought he actually came off the bag to dive to make that play. I thought he actually sort of stepped over the bag. I'm not sure if it was intended or on purpose.
So I think when he realized he was going to have to change directions.
Yeah. Chase it down. Yale will punch out Winslow. Take us through it here, Berkey.
Yeah, let's take the front part of it first. Tyus Hall with the range to his left. A bullet off the bat of Hall. Look at that first step explosiveness, and then watch Guzman push off and slide across the bag. The ears are flashing some leather, folks.
action here in Omaha. Tomorrow, some MLB action. It is the Rays taking on the NL West leading Dodgers. That's tomorrow night at 10 Eastern time on ESPN. You can stream it on the ESPN app. Not a shock, Nick Martinez is having a great year. 6-2, 243 against Eric Lauer. I'm not going out there to say that that's a World Series preview, but the way that the Rays have been playing, and everyone knows about the Dodgers. Join it tomorrow night, 10 Eastern on ESPN. Stream it on the app. Think they're having a good time on that bench right now? Ooh. Reliving that play?
Yes.
I would.
Cutting it up. Tyrus and Armani enjoying themselves. Walking back through it. Getting a little snack.
Tell you that's a close-knit group. We've heard a couple of coaches talk about we're a good bus team, meaning like we're together because we take a lot of trips and we're on the road. As they will tell you, we bus 90 minutes to Pittsburgh. We fly all over the country. There's not many actual bus trips other than the ones they actually take to the airport to get on a plane. But it is a close group. That's a laser shot right back up the middle. John Smith is aboard.
He did get the fastball right here. That two-seamer coming in on his hand. Sean Smith put a good swing on it. 106 right back up the middle. We'll see, other than the double steal when Guzman was thrown out, West Virginia, now they haven't had a ton of base runners, but they've been fairly quiet on the base pass tonight compared to what they usually are.
They are right in this game as Gravlin, the left fielder, who singled his last time up, takes a good aggressive hack at it and fouls it back.
They moved Lumsden, but the ball was put in play when he ran, remember? But
yes.
He was the first run. No actual stolen bases to this point.
And that's outside.
A huge part of the formula for this Carolina team was McDuffie as the bridge to Glauber. And it hasn't been as smooth sailing in the postseason for McDuffie as it was throughout the course of the year. So they need the best version of him with him entering this game where he has to get the ball to Glauber.
Wow. Another close pitch that looked like it might have been just a little bit off, but it gets the call. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Gravlin is definitely seeing that slider. He has tracked 2 in a row, and that one may have been just a little bit off too, but saw them both well.
Well, and McDuffie throws more sliders than fastballs, so it'd be interesting to hear some of the conversations they have in the dugout when he comes in. It's not a premium fastball, so it's a guy that really you can hunt a breaking ball against.
2-2 will not chase there. McDuffie, like so many kids, used to be a shortstop, and then he tore an ACL, so he made a full-time move to the mound. And on a 3-2, runner goes. That's ball 4. And the throw went into center field. Smith will be at second base. Called ball 4 against Gravlin. 2 men on.
Well, that one didn't miss by much. Heck of a take by Gravlin, but boy, that is a pitch McDuffie is used to getting a swing and miss on, and there you have it right there. The regular season, he was about as good as it gets, and the postseason has not been nearly as clean as they're used to seeing him. 9 hits in 4 2/3.
Yeah, and that bridge may be getting a little bit shorter as Caden Glauber begins to throw. Chance here, first and second, 1 down to grab a lead. Porras, a fastball in at 94. Matt Einish, the shortstop. We have not seen a big fly. We haven't seen an extra base hit yet. Down in the dirt. The Ohio University transfer has 2 out there on the 1-1, gets one a hit. This could be 2 again. Gallagher, Schaffner. Yes, they do it again. 59th double play of the year for the Carolina infield.
Well, they can do it, can't they? Boy, they can do it. Gavin Gallagher, the first and most important thing, catch the ball. Sometimes you got to corral it, then the backhanded flip. Schaffner makes it look easy from there. The Tar Heels dance out of traffic. We're locked up at 2.
Welcome back. This scene just now inside the North Carolina dugout. Coach Forbes having a team meeting. The message in there, play loose, guys. We're in Omaha. We should be having fun. If you play loose, good things will happen. Coach Forbes known for these team meetings, so much so that they grade them.
Yes.
They'll grade a mound visit. They'll grade the offensive timeouts or one inside of dugout. So we'll see if good things happen if he gets an A+.
Yeah, they will decide after the game, do we give a Q, which is sort of quality. Was it a quality meeting?
And he's been on a heater.
He's been hot with his meetings. You're absolutely right. Eric Paulson behind 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just got a quick look at Eric Church, who of course gave one of the, he got double Qs on his commencement speech at the University of North Carolina with his guitar. Totally memorable. He spoke to the baseball team before that commencement performance. This ball is towards left field. There's no sun out there anymore. And Gravlett is there for the first out to retire Paulson. I don't know how many times I listened to that, but it's in the
really cool.
It's in the 80s to 100. Just listening to him sing that song and the words he used, it's pretty magical. So you got Michael Jordan, you got Eric Church. Okay. I'm sure many more for Cooper Nicholson as they move the shift, expecting a pull. Right here. Off his foot.
You also have the voice of Roy Williams in pitch count.
Right. Yeah, so anytime they send a signal to the pitcher, everybody hears good old Roy's voice in their ear. Story goes that when they went over there, after realizing they don't want to hear me anymore, said Scott Forbes, our pitching coach, done with that. What about Roy? Roy was all in. But like KP, whenever he's doing something for SportsCenter or any other show, 1 take. It's all you get. You get 1 take. And Roy nailed it.
He nailed it.
I like how they got to Roy. First, they were thinking of what is an interesting voice? What about the most interesting man in the world? The Dos Equis guy was originally on the list. Roy might also be short term because next on the list they're going after MJ.
23 in your ear. That'll motivate you. 2-2. KP, when you were on the mound, if you had a voice that you wanted in your head there, like who would it have been? You can think about that.
Yeah, give me a minute. Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
Kind of settle you down a little bit.
Deb locked in on Cooper Nicholson's plate appearance. 2-2, 1 down of a tie game in the 6th. Good take.
We talked about it last game. He's got the lowest chase rate of the Carolina regulars. And he does swing and miss some in the zone more than you would think. But boy, does he have a discerning eye.
Oh, he's gone, and there is that swing and miss. Those two things don't generally go together, right? Swing and miss and doesn't chase.
Yeah, you would tend to think if your pitch recognition was good enough to not swing at the balls, that then you'd have the bat to ball to be one of the high contact rate guys. But this has been the issue with Nicholson. It's not the pitch recognition, it's just landing the barrel accurately. He swings right over the top of that breaking ball. A good pitch to swing at. He just can't square it up.
2 down, and boys, we're watching Max Yale after that first inning absolutely dial it in.
And it's not like they didn't cash in. They did put up a crooked number. They got a 2 spot, but this one falls under the age-old line of if you don't get a starting pitcher early, you might not get him. And they did have him on the ropes. He wiggled his way out, and boy, as he turned in a quality outing.
2-0 center field's got some carry on it. Schoenfeld is back and right in front of the wall makes the play. Oh boy, Howe hit that one 399 feet into the center field graveyard that is Charles Schwab Field.
Just enough space for Schoenfeld. Knows he's getting close to that wall. We got a good one. 6 in the books and head to the 7th. All tied at 2 and a long.
The last few weekends. Bouncer over Campbell into right field. Ines scores. Kretzer to the plate. The Mountaineers have the lead. He's done it with the glove. He's done it with the bat. And he has smiled his way through this thing. Tyrus Hall, first pitch popped up. Looks like it's getting out of play, and it will. As we start with Kretzer. And then Lumsden and Hall, who will bat third this inning. 7, 8, 9 of his 6-6 game. It's a lot of folks that manage baseball, coach baseball, will look at their 9-hitter as a second leadoff hitter. And the way Hall has hit, he certainly has done the job. That one was hung up there on a line of a second baseman, Gallagher. It makes it look easy. And Kretzer is retired.
You know, that always sounds good, but rarely does it actually happen. But in the case of West Virginia, it's actually been happening to where the bottom part of their order has turned into 2 more leadoff guys.
How about 3-hole hitters, the way they're driving in runs?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been on base and production and slug.
Here is Ben Lumsden, the right fielder. Looks at ball one from McDuffie. We had a little activity in that West Virginia pen. Everybody's kind of sat back down. As Yell will come out for the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss. That's kind of a sword that turned into a full swing, and it's a strike against Lumsden.
Is that just to avoid the sword right there?
I guess so, yeah.
Cancels it out.
Well, big evolution for McDuffie this year has been the changeup. And you look at it, it's almost fastball, exclusively fastball slider versus righties. But against the lefties, almost 36% he'll go to that changeup.
There it is.
Outside.
That's a big reason he can give him so much link, KP, because now he has answers to both sides of the plate.
Yeah, I mean, it's about a third when he faces left-handers. There's no book at all.
3-2, the red-hot Tyrus Hall on deck, and that is landed for strike 3. Lumsden caught looking. Second strikeout tonight, and that's his best pitch.
All right, and you talk about why the changeup matters. The changeup matters because you get the reaction of the second pitch. So changeup, watch that arm side run. And then Lumsden thinks he's getting another one. Except that one takes a left instead of a right, comes back over and gets him looking.
Here is Hall. Hall strike 1. Slider up. You've seen the last couple, they've been in very different locations from Walker McDuffie. Another one located outside. It's 0-2.
Can this dude manipulate the baseball or what? I mean, he can make that thing turn both directions to both sides of the plate.
He got a big double play to end the last. He's got 2 strikeouts in this one. The 0-2 will not go that far out. Think Yale is ready? That's high.
It's interesting, KP. He throws the changeup away to lefties and then backdoors the breaking ball. You wonder if next year he'll start to feel comfortable backdooring the changeup to righties because he's got them both.
It's got enough movement. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that one's going to get down in left field. Tyrus Hall continues to have a Hall of Fame type College World Series and NCAA tournament. The number 9 hole hitter is on board.
Tyrus just all over everything, and this is a breaking ball that just didn't quite have the horizontal break they were looking for, and he's going to make you pay if you make a mistake.
And here comes his buddy. They have combined to make the best defensive play of the night with Hall at third and Guzman at first. He's reached every time, all 3. A walk, a single, and a single. Hall 19 stolen bases. He's diving back.
Remember when you're in Little League and you can't wait to get back on the field?
Yeah.
Look at this. Yale's got his glove on. He's about on the second step over there. Like, hurry up.
Isn't he supposed to be like in a tunnel and like breathing through his eyelids or something?
Not after his last 5 innings, no.
Okay.
Chomping at the bit. Guzman chase there. Well, McDuffie currently has him working. He's got the changeup working. He's got the slider working. And the occasional rising fastball. Shakes off the first one. And he wanted the fastball that he missed with. 1 ball, 1 strike. The middle infield has been terrific tonight, turning 2 double plays.
They did make the adjustment with the shortstop now, KP. They are up the middle against Mr. Guzman.
Through thy wickets twice. They're going to They're going to push the shortstop up the middle there.
100-mile rockets off the bat of Guzman went right between the legs of Ryan Lynch. That's down, runner goes, and nobody is even picking that up. A stolen base for Hall. Scoring position he goes. 20th stolen bag of the year.
Oh, you don't see it very much anymore. But if you can run a delayed steal right, and that's what this is. Watch the hop, 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 wait, go, late break on the infield, and no throw. That is exactly how you do it.
And it's really good with the left-handed hitter because the catcher can't quite see him out of the corner of his eye.
Big spot for Guzman, who's been very clutch. Over 300 runners on and in scoring position on a 2-1. No. Boy, that thing dove. McDuffie with a filthy changeup.
Okay, so he doesn't like that. It's whether or not you go and try to finish him off right now or set him up with something else and take a chance of going to 3-2. But in this at-bat, if Guzman's going to beat me with the changeup that McDuffie has right now, he's going to have to beat that pitch.
That one was elevated just a little bit right off the end of the bat.
Yeah, if you wanted to get cute, you could probably front door a sinker, but it does not look like he's seeing that changeup at all. He barely clipped out.
.21 doubles, just 1 homer for Guzman. The outfield all shallow. 2-2. This one to right field, going over is French. He's right there. He was positioned beautifully. McDuffie works out of a runner on second situation. He's done. Yale ready to go back to the bump as we continue to the bottom of the 7th, tied at 2. Maxiell had Tommy John surgery in 2024. As we take a look at tonight's Capital One rewarding performance, he missed all of 25, and KP, he's been locked.
Rav, 2 of the first 3 guys for North Carolina scored. Since then, there hadn't been a whole lot for the Carolina offense. Maxiell 7 strikeouts, found the fastball. The breakaball's been outstanding. Primarily a 2-pitch mix, and you can see why this is the Big 12 pitcher of the year. He has shown it, especially in the last 5 innings.
The big 6'6" redshirt junior fires his first one to Colin Heineck. It is 8-9. By the way, Carter French, who just made that last out in right, is 2 for 2. Will bat second and then back to the top of the order. No signs, right, KP? I mean, given the fact that you mentioned the 2 runs scored in the first, of any fatigue from Yale?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
No. I think that's maybe one reason why Scott Forbes is trying to take the air out of the ball a little bit right now. Slow things down a little bit, make him stand out there a little bit longer.
So did we not slap a cue on the team meeting the last time? Because nothing really happened.
No
so
cue.
Here's another
cue opportunity. Right
offensive timeout, a cue opportunity.
He's putting his meeting hot streak on the line here.
Yeah.
A couple in a short period of time.
But what did he say about that? I got lucky. I'm getting lucky.
Yeah. But it is fun that they track them and
No
give
question.
each other a hard time about it.
Yeah, I know, it looks like it'd be a real fun staff and a fun team to be around given Forbes' leadership. 0-2 to Heineck. Will not chase and shouldn't chase. Loser this one drops down to that elimination field, and that is where Troy is after their win earlier today. 12-8 to send Ole Miss, an SEC team, home. Like Bianco's season is over. On the ground, it's the third baseman, but Hall couldn't come up with it, and he wisely eats it. It kind of crawled up his glove, and Heineck will reach.
We talked about it earlier with Gavin Gallagher and using his top hand to corral the ball. This is one of those ground balls here to me where Tyrus Hall has a chance to use the top hand and maybe make a tough catch on a ball that kind of rolls up the heel of his glove. But watch as he approaches this ball. See how the top hand's nowhere near? And that right hand sometimes saves you, especially on all natural surface where that last hop can bounce up and catch you in the heel. See that a lot today with modern infielders where they choose the one-hand balls where you could use that throwing hand to give you a little extra help. This is what I'm talking about. Like the right hand's right there. Why not use it and keep that ball in your heel, Raph?
Yeah.
And I get it. That's a hot hit ball, but hard hit ball, but and that right hand bailed me out a bunch. I will tell you that.
Well, KP just mentioned it. You know, there has been no signs that Yale has been laboring at all. Now an error here, and it may not be the pitcher that labors, but when you have an infield that gives a free base to the number 8 hitter, you see if French does anything to get him to second base or keep swinging away.
He has 8 of their 18 sack bunts this year.
He squares, lays it down. It is fielded, fired, and boy, how about Gavin Kelly? That is the infield arm of Gavin Kelly as he pounced on one that bounced high off of that hard dirt in front of the plate to make it a little easier, but he threw a rocket to second.
Did that look like a middle infielder
Yes,
playing catcher? I mean, that was special right here. Up out of your crouch and then a rip shot to second base. You do not do it any better than that from behind the plate. And that is a bunt that works 99 out of 100, but not with the athlete of Gavin Kelly behind the plate.
1 in 100 is behind home plate.
Well, that's why one of the reasons he's there. And you can see how he has virtually split games between catcher and second base. And now Schaffner. You agree with the bunt there, even though French was 2 for 2, to try to get the runner to second base this late in the game, or no?
Well, I love who Carolina has coming up, and I think that's how they play this. This is Carolina's game. They will sack bunt as much as anybody here in this field, so that's sticking true to who they are. You got to like your spot here with Schaffner and Gallagher coming up behind, but the bunt just not quite good enough to get the job done.
On the ground, slowly hit. Kresser can't come up with it. He goes to first. Oh, boy. Not in time, and the defense behind Yale is failing him.
What did you say the last time on the double play ball?
Catch it. Very important part of it.
Just trying to be so quick right now, too, it seems. I mean, watch the movement right there before that ball is in his glove. And man, I mean, this has been a very good defense this year. Very good defense. And now 2 miscues in this inning for the Mountaineers in a tight game, and one it feels like he can't afford to make.
And to your point, the most difficult part of the order, Gallagher had a very big hit the other night. And he takes. Boy, they played so clean most of the year, and here we are in the late innings. And a couple of errors.
still crazy to me. No one is throwing in the West Virginia bullpen. And that's where you look at the difference between these two clubs.
Yes.
North Carolina is almost excited to go to their bullpen. And West Virginia at this point, and some is who's out there. I mean, the trust factor is so high in Yale, but now starting to move around and throw. But this is the first time they'll touch a baseball.
Well, Carolina's gotten a couple of big double plays. That's what Yale is looking for now.
Well, and don't forget, they had to fire their best bullet for 6 innings in game 1, West Virginia did. Ian Core came in out of that bullpen and threw 6 innings. So not that he can't pitch in this ball game, but I think if he's full, you probably see him right now.
Yeah. Mom Kristen a little anxious, as are the Mountaineer fans that are here and watching at home. Gallagher, that one is out of play. So Yale missed all of 25. The, of course, recovery from Tommy John is brutal and grueling. And yet he has pitched outstanding this year, including a 9-inning, 125-pitch effort. He's at 95 right now. One, two. This one is towards the gap in right center, and it is down. Schoenfeld couldn't get there. French is going to come in. Rounding and coming in is Schaffner. That's a triple. It's Carolina by 2. And Gallagher comes through again. Boy, those errors kill you.
Break a ball that really wasn't in a bad spot. I mean, it's down. It was probably off the plate, but we talked about Gavin Gallagher's first trip to Omaha a couple years ago. Did not get a hit. Got a big one in game 1. Now gets a giant one here in game 2. Drives it the other way. Drives in 2, and Carolina retakes the lead.
Errors, man. That is a hard pill to swallow.
Well, we started the show talking about they kind of have it. They have a knack. Now, I know West Virginia has certainly played along here in this inning, but they have these dudes, Gallagher and Hull, that just, they have a feel for the moment. And boy, do you have your hands full here now with the best guy with runners in scoring position, Owen Hull.
0-1. Beats it into the ground, the infield in. That thing rolls into center field. And he has come through as well. Gallagher and Hull, 5-2 Heels. Back to ball skills, and Hull has shown it all postseason, certainly here in Omaha.
47 hits with runners in scoring position, leads the country. There is yet another one.
For Gallagher, that was only his 3rd triple of the year. And with a shift on, a slow roller to third, Hall will field, and that's pretty.
Man, he is as athletic of a third baseman as you will ever see. He can seriously cover some ground. I mean, he closed on that baseball in a heartbeat. Look how deep he's playing. A long way to go. Quick transfer, throw it off your right foot and get it to the backside of the bag so the ball doesn't fade into the runner. You talk about doing it at as high a level as you can do it right there by Tyrus Hall.
Eric Paulson behind 0-1. Gavin Gallagher, a triple, scored 2. Hull scored 1 with a single back up the middle. Paulson went the other way and almost got his coach Forbes down there. Think about the wind in the sails now of McDuffie, who will go back out there with a 3-run lead. It may give them an opportunity not to have to use Glauber.
And the cushion, obviously we know Glauber had a healthy outing, nothing crazy, but the 2 days off, they'll fire that bullet certainly if they need to, but definitely the cushion helps.
The part of this ballpark is how spacious center field is. And every year we come here, you talk about the guys that are in the outfield. Schoenfeld is shaded a little bit towards left. He had a long way to go. That ball hung up there for a while.
But it kind of rode the wind direction tonight into that gap.
He's coming in hard here is Schoenfeld. Now he's under it, still coming, and he's there to make the play. It's a little different feeling right now for 4-0 as McDuffie takes to the bump. Gallagher's at third after a 2 RBI triple. And Mr. Forbes is elated. 5-2 Heels. '26 NCAA Men's College World Series presented by Capital One. Second game of this Sunday. First game, fantastic. Came down to the wire. Good bullpen work for Troy today as they beat Ole Miss 12-8. And here tonight, more good bullpen work by Walker McDuffie. A couple of West Virginia errors really aided that 3-run inning. As you take a look at the teams that go 2-0, and one of these teams will at the end of the night. 29 of the last 35 College World Series titles have gone to teams that went 2-0. McDuffie's mission now against the best hitter is to throw strikes. That one is outside to go 1 ball, 1 strike. Kelly got one on a line, and it is caught over there by Nicholson, positioned beautifully to retire Kelly. And a big first out.
Another barrel by Gavin Kelly.
Just certain guys tend to do that. They're really good players, and he does barrel them up.
Certain guys are just better. He fits in the better category.
That ball is high. We're back to Gallagher. Jeremy Mills, one of our great research and statisticians, sent us the note. Remember, Gallagher had the big go-ahead hit in the 7th of both games now in this College World Series. And that's foul. He did not have a go-ahead hit in the 7th inning or later entering this Men's College World Series. So he's got 2
this year.
He didn't have any this year. Captain Clutch, they're calling him now.
Well, he's had a few in his career.
Yeah.
And when you have Gallagher and Hole sitting there in the 2 and 3 spot, you like your chances in big moments.
Especially if the other team's going to give you a little assistance. And as a former great major leaguer and infielder, that just eats at you, doesn't it?
Well, and it's you know, Steve Sabins is down there sitting there. He's watched those kids make those plays
100 times
all season long. And it's one thing when guys are stretched to make dynamic plays and they don't finish them off. Both of those would fall into the routine category.
Swing and a miss there by Schoenfeld. Another punch out from McDuffie. his third tonight. Latest news, insight, in-depth analysis from the 2026 College World Series. Please visit NCAA.com, your official online home for all NCAA championships. Walked around the streets of Omaha today. Plenty of powder blue. A great bridge that we walk over each and every day. A lot of North Carolina Tar Heel fans. Up and in.
Well, we were sitting here last night, and it was a 2-error inning in the first that really undid Texas.
Yes.
And now a 2-error inning here in the 7th that could spell disaster for West Virginia.
Another one up and in on Sean Smith, trying to prevent him from getting his arms extended. The last time up, hit a rocket. Again, not an elimination game. A loss tonight does not send you home. He was taking all the way. He chased, it's 2-2. Chased another one. McDuffie has go back to back. And Eric Church and company, they are very fired up. Heels are having a hell of a time tonight.
One of the strengths of this team is that bullpen, and we've seen it shine through in the 2 games so far for Carolina. Today it's Walker McDuffie back-to-back punch-outs in the 8th. Carolina goes to the bottom half with a 3-run lead.
The NCAA Men's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Clutch hits all around Gallagher and Hull. Carolina 5-2 as Yale stays on the mound to face Nicholson, and that one gets a piece of the corner. Gallagher's triple, the only extra base hit in this game. Nicholson, Howe, and Heineck. Ouch. That's interesting, you know, and coincidentally, you had the great play by Kelly behind the plate on that sacrifice, mixed in with the 2 errors in the field. Next game for the loser tomorrow, 2 o'clock Eastern time. Loser Tuesday at 2 o'clock Eastern time. That missed down. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now you got 2 guys in Hall and Kresser that coming into that inning that only committed 5 errors on the season. Two of the more dependable infielders you could ever have at this point in the season. And just Just didn't go their way. And now they're left with a 3-run deficit against one of the best bullpens in the country.
How much longer do you go with Yale, who'll throw his 109th? And that's through between the 5-6 hole for Cooper Nicholson. He's aboard with his first hit of the night, and a good way to start the 8th, looking for a little more insurance.
Well, what do you think, KP? Looks like they're going to get him.
Yeah, he is. He's given him a heck of a shot tonight, though. And honestly, he's given him a heck of a shot in the arm moving forward, too, because if you don't have to look down at that bullpen till the 8th inning, they're still going to be pretty fresh regardless of how this thing ends.
What a job Max Yale did after the first inning, in which it looked like the whole thing could get away from him. Here he is leaving in the bottom of the 8th inning. He should get a loud round of applause. Good night for the Big 12 pitcher of the year. He'll leave down 3. This Bassinger looks like he's coming in next. Fielding percentage. They were really, really good. The inning in the 7th started there with an error on our third baseman Hall, and then they had a chance for 2, but definitely 1, and they ended up getting none, and that led to the triple.
Gavin Gallagher rides the gap in right center field. That scores a couple, and then Mr. Clutch himself, Owen Holt, chops one right back up the middle. The Tar Heels put a 3 spot on the board with a little help from the Mountaineers, and that is the difference in the ball game right there. West Virginia, 2 errors in the inning. I've only done that twice, and both times have been in the postseason.
Regionals against Kentucky, and then tonight. You done well, man.
Sure did.
You done real well tonight.
So the big lefty turns it over to Reese Bassinger, the senior, on for the 29th time. And you've got to keep it here if you're looking for any chance. Glauber's still out there. He is not warming up. They'd like McDuffie to finish it. A square, a good bunt. They got a chance. They will still go to first base.
No, thank you.
Sinker?
How's your thumb?
No. No, this is we're going to play it cool right now, but you know, and I guess it's the College World Series, but like that's one of those during the regular season where we're going to have a post-game chat, bro. Like, hey man, the old shuffle 94 at my shins, not going to go well. Watch here, we're going to not get a great grip, so then we're going to shuffle again and then rifle it. Holy cow.
He used his other hand to make sure that ball.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
I think he may have needed it too.
He sure did. So the sacrifice moves Nicholson in a scoring position for Heineck. 0-2.
Timeout.
I know it's not an offensive timeout, but can that meeting count for a quality little conversation you just saw there?
It's like a half cue.
Gone on a nice riding two-seamer from Messenger. Two down. McDuffie will come on out for the ninth inning and try to move Carolina to 2-0 at the College World Series in their 13th appearance. Hoping this is lucky 13, they have yet to win a title. This is a Carolina team that's won 15 of 18 after they got run ruled by East Carolina. That's too far inside. They're pitching, and you guys mentioned it, that security blanket of a bullpen. 30 times this year they've allowed 3 or fewer runs, and tonight they've given up 2, which is the second most in Division I behind Auburn.
Yeah, it's top shelf starting pitching. It's big time stuff out of the bullpen, and then a really athletic defense that can make plays all over the field. That's going to lead to run prevention on a consistent basis.
It's also a coaching staff that knows in game and big situations how to keep their guys loose. Brian Gaines just telling McDuffie, "We having fun yet? Let's go have some more fun. One more."
To be fair, he only wants three more outs of fun. That's all the fun he's looking for tonight.
Ball 4 to Carter French, who has reached all 4 times tonight. Runner high fastball to Schaffner in there for a strike. One ball, one strike. That one is boxed behind the plate, rare by Kelly, and now to second and third go Nicholson and French.
Well, that thing just took off to the arm side.
A little bit more run than Gavin Kelly was anticipating right there.
Came in like a knuckleball.
Yeah.
Knuckle.
A split. Had to be, right?
I'm sure spin it like one.
Well, Captain Clutch is going to come up with the bases loaded after they decide to intentionally walk Schaffner. Sabins will elect to pitch to Gavin Gallagher, who broke an 0 for 15 at the College World Series with a go-ahead single and 2 outs in the 7th the other night. And look what he has done now in the postseason, including the biggest hit of the night, a triple to plate a couple. Sliders in there for a strike.
I get it. On paper, I definitely get it. But this dude would make me nervous if I was in the other dugout. He just has always had a feel for the moment. That was not your RBI single up the middle swing right there.
Yeah, I think without laughing, he had that same reaction you just did because he realized that was hanging there for me.
That literally is the definition of coming out of your shoes. He fell over home plate.
Just try to hit the bridge swing right there.
The passenger can get out of this thing and leave just 3, and this one ended the bat to center. Schoenfield late. He's there to make the play. Woo. Oh, Schoenfield thought that was hit a little further than it was, but he's there to make the play and leave him loaded. Last chance coming up here, and Walker McDuffie trying to close the door and move the Heels to 2-0. Could not ask for a better night for a baseball game. The wind very calm, blowing slightly out to center. West Virginia hoping they can get one up into it with a couple runners on. We're in the 9th. Carolina leading 5-2. And it's the middle of the order, starting with Matthew Gravlin and then Matt Einish and Brody Kresser. Set to face Walker McDuffie, who has struck out the last 2 he has faced. He's got 4 in the game. He is high. Three and a third, no earned runs, but behind Gravlin 2-0. Working quickly, and he throws that in there for a strike.
He's not afraid to get it and go.
Gets the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's not exactly where you want to throw it, but it did look like it clipped the top edge of the zone.
So they'll have a talk, and while McDuffie's trying to close this thing, Glauber is warming up. Fellas, too. It's a good time to note for all the West Virginia fans. We, of course, know that Mike Patrick had called the College World Series for many years and loved the West Virginia Mountaineers.
Sat right in that seat.
And this would be such a moment for him to see his beloved team here in this environment. Ground ball back to McDuffie, and there is one man out here. And the ninth is Scravlin got jammed. Donna and Steven delighted at what they're watching Walker do. Donna had like many parents, but she had a long banking career, like 17 years, and decided I'll shut it down to sort of help Walker in all of his baseball pursuits. So those two very much engaged and enlisted in all of what Walker has been able to accomplish.
What Walker is accomplishing now is not forcing them to go to the bullpen and bring in Glauber. And that is a big deal. Glauber was up, playing a little bit of catch, didn't really heat up. If McDuffie can finish this thing out and North Carolina wins, I'd be shocked if Glauber doesn't start the game on Wednesday. And this is the power of kind of that two-headed monster they have in the bullpen. Ability, yes, but also length.
Well, and you start forecasting forward, then you get the chance. If you win that one, you go DeCaro, you go Lynch. Certainly Glauber would then have probably enough rest to help you out of the bullpen in that series. I mean, this is how you draw it up if you're a Carolina fan. You need 2 more outs, and you are really in the driver's seat of this thing.
You get a base runner, and he's going to start heating up.
3-1 to Einish, who grounded into 2 double plays tonight. And part of the difference in the game has been the Carolina ability to turn those and the West Virginia inability to make the plays that they had to in the 7th. One more, says Baum, battling back from a 3-0 count. Ooh, really close, but it's called ball 4, and Einish is aboard.
Pretty good right there.
Yes, it was.
And it was exactly what he was trying to do. Backdoor that breaking ball, and it's fighting to get back over the black. And probably a 50-50 ball right there. Woo. That was pretty good, though.
Oh, no, KP. That one, I think, caught
maybe
the edge.
An 80-20 ball.
They've gotten 2 double plays tonight. Another one here would end it, and it's Brody Kresser. That's too low. Kresser is twice grounded out, and then he lined out to third as Glauber looms out there in the Carolina pen. That's in there for a strike. Glauber's record is 11-0. When he comes into a game, the team is 26-0. The 1-1 from Walker McDuffie at the knees. 1-2.
And typically those stats head coaches downplay, not Scott Forbes. He is very aware of that number and has no problem talking about it.
Leaning into that 26-0. I'll lean into that. That is pulled foully through that slider again. Sabins is just looking for somebody who's wearing a West Virginia outfit to throw it to. I see a lot of blue over here. I'm just looking to find a West Virginia fan who can have this souvenir. Liner over the head of Gallagher and into right field, and now the tying run will come to the plate as Kresser delivers. And does that bring Scott Forbes to the mound?
He's talking about it.
He is.
Well, here's the crazy thing.
Normally,
again, these are their best 2 dudes here in the postseason.
Normally, you're looking at it going, okay, bottom of the order.
Yeah.
You know, maybe if we spin the lineup over, but the bottom of the order has been so good that you can't look at it that way.
really good numbers. He does not want to come out of this game, and he doesn't even have a chance to convince Scott Forbes.
He was arguing the case as early as he could right there, which you love to see. But you got a guy like that down to the bullpen. He only needs to get you 2 outs. Scott Forbes going to point right down there.
Caden Glauber and his clean sheet. 11-0, 26-0 when he pitches on the line here at the World Series. We are back. Plenty of action to be played out inside Charles Schwab Field. But a reminder, when we are done, Sports Center, David Lloyd, Trevor Scales, player of the game from here, will join them. Viva Las Vegas. The jackpot of runs out there. And Sports Center featured Messi, the forgotten tape, as the Stanley Cup Finals play tonight as well. The NBA Finals come to an end last night with the Knicks victorious. Walker McDuffie, really good, but he leaves with the go-ahead run coming to the plate, the tying run coming to the plate, and 2 men on thanks to Brody Kesser's single. Kresser, no doubt about it.
Well, an ideal world when you put McDuffie in and they want him to take you home. 3 2/3 at least gets you to this guy, who's one of the best freshmen in the entire country. Caden Glauber's on for the 28th time. He is 11-0 with 4 saves, 55 hits in 84 innings. He's punched out 101.
He's in the Sam Cozart category for freshmen. In fact, they were both named freshman pitchers of the year by Perfect Game. He would have otherwise been graduating high school right around this time of year. Instead, he left early, and he's pitching at the College World Series. You guys mentioned it. Ben Lumsden is next up. Singled and scored in the 3rd. He has been really hot. His single was his 11th of the tournament. A little high on the first one.
For Glauber, it's mid-90s fastball, slider, and a changeup. We'll throw that changeup to lefties, but the fastball will live in the mid-90s.
Heinisch, the runner at second. Kresser at first. The 1-0 right by him at 95. A lefty like Lumsden saw that pitch down, and that's wheelhouse for a lefty. 3 homers, 19 RBI on the season. Two and one, and all the Mountaineer fans that are inside Schwab are standing. Slider missed, 3 balls and a strike. Challenge fastball 96, a little run on it.
We saw it the other night when he challenged Judd Utermark with a 3-0 heater. There's not any back down from this young freshman.
One out, 3-2. He got him, 97. 1 out away, and Glauber in and picks up a punch out.
Get a little fuzz on it tonight.
Here is Hall. Remember, they bunted the 8th hitter, Lumsden, to get to Hall to put runners in scoring position. He bounced one over the first baseman's head. There is an immense amount of belief in Tyrus Hall at the plate. Another one at 97. Oh boy, he has found it, boys and girls. 97, he's a strike away from sending Carolina to a 2-0 record. And that is right on the corner. He does shut the door. And Carolina wins 5-2 and improves to 2-0 here in Omaha.
He didn't just shut the door.
He slammed it.
He slammed the door.
They are 27-0 in games that he has appeared in. Glauber has a win and a save for Carolina. And given how quick that was, he's available in their next game.
And this one kind of fit the script for a lot of Carolina's wins throughout the course of the year. You hold your opponent under 3 runs, you're opportunistic on offense, and your stars showed up when you needed them to, Gallagher and Hull.
We talked in the open about that feeling you have about the Heels, and to your point, they have a formula and they followed it to a T. Both McDuffie and Lynch certainly were outstanding. And for the second consecutive game here, they come up with the big hit late in the game. 7th inning. Game very much in doubt. Gallagher delivers.
Yeah, the big spots have found their biggest guys so far, which is advantageous. Doesn't always happen that way, where your big spots, those guys are coming up. But Gallagher and Hull have been right in the middle of it.
All right, fellas and boys and girls at home, follow along with us with the Men's College World Series bracket as we move towards the weekend and the College World Series finals, which will start on June 20th. That is the catbird seat that Carolina is in. Tuesday, West Virginia and Troy will play each other. The winner will get North Carolina. Gavin Gallagher in the middle of both victories and now with KB.
Gavin, congratulations. Before we get to your hit in the 7th, what's it like standing in the dugout, sitting there with a couple men out and watching Glauber work?
I mean, it's awesome. Yeah, I mean, he's on the mound. We just got to have his back, make routine plays, because he really handles the rest.
We talked about this a couple years ago. You don't get any hits. Now, twice the go-ahead runs. What do you feel like is the difference in you this year?
Just trying to, really commit to it. I've been here before. I have a little bit of experience now. Just really try to slow the game down and just try to treat it like any other at-bat.
With that said, how much more are you enjoying yourself?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, we lost this game last time we were here. Being 2-0 in Omaha, there's really no better place to be, and just try to carry this momentum with us.
We will see you on Wednesday.
Awesome. Thank you. God bless.
Guys.
Yeah, captain clutch for them so far here in this postseason. And to think he was 0 for 15 when this World Series started. At the World Series.
Just a cool character, right?
Yeah.
You can feel it in him. There's a presence about this team, fellas, and they're going to be a tough out here.
They are. I would say this: they're happy that guy graduated high school early, because he's helpful.
Yeah, he looks like he's an upperclassman. Glauber, phenomenal. Really good game tonight. Great games all day and night. The NCAA Men's College World Series will continue tomorrow at 2. Alabama and Texas in elimination game. For KP, Chris Burr, Chris Button, and our entire crew, Eric Church included. I'm Carl Ravitch. Thanks for watching, everybody. We get you off to Sports